Hi everyone, Chad Emerson, Downtown Huntsville Inc. here on another beautiful day in the Rocket City Center. We're here with Dennis Madsen with the City of Huntsville. Dennis, the blue bikes are back.
Yes, we're very
the blue bikes.
excited. Yes, I have. It's a great addition to downtown. We're excited to have them refreshed finally.
Yeah, so what Dennis and I are going to do is we're going to show you can all the way from the north side of downtown to the south side of downtown. The city has excellent bike infrastructure. So let's go take a tour. North Huntsville all the way down to the medical district. So we're on the north side of downtown and was often called the Lincoln Mill District. It's a really fast-paced, exciting growth area. You have Mad Malt's Brewery, Brooks and Collier, Preservation Company and Holtz behind us. So a lot of really cool things, destination type things. And there's bike infrastructure. Tell us about the bike infrastructure in Lincoln Mill.
Yeah, we have bike lanes actually on either side, fairly generous. 5 feet adjacent to either curb. They run all the way from Oakwood all the way down roughly to the train tracks, where we know we've got a little bit of gap, and that's kind of the next phase of building out, is making that connection.
And what's really nice that you have them on both sides, but you also have sidewalks, so plenty of space for bikes and pedestrians going through the Lincoln Mill District. There's a gap down there. We're going to go talk about that next and look at how the city's doing some really innovative things to connect this bike infrastructure to Gateway Greenway.
Yep.
All right, so our next stop as we ride from the north side of downtown all the way to the south side is right here at Gateway Greenway. Tell us about Gateway Greenway, where it starts and where it stops.
Sure, Gateway Greenway really opens right near the lumberyard and will take you down through the depot and bring you out actually on the other side of Jefferson. It's a place that I think most folks, when you're driving, you don't really recognize that it's there, but it's a great little shortcut between two parts of downtown.
You can easily access the dog park, the skate park, as well as Veterans Memorial. But to get here from the north side bike lanes we just looked at, you got a little gap here. So let's kind of turn around real quick. One of the things the city's being real thoughtful about is connecting this gap. So we see where it starts and stops right there, but there's no in between. What's going on?
Right. Well, as part of the downtown master plan, we had a lot of discussion about making connections, and this was one of the most important pieces, because we recognize Low Mill and really A&M and points north. We're going to want to have better connections into downtown. This little gap here where you see the end of the bike lanes around the railroad tracks, we're actually restriping those. When we resurface, we're going to kind of change the designations of the lanes, just with some simple paint, create 2 new bike lanes to really match up with the bike lane south that'll come all the way down here and connect you directly into the Gateway Greenway.
So next stop, as we connect all the way to the south side of downtown, we're going to go over to the state's first cycle track. We'll have Dennis tell us what it means to be a cycle track and what it connects as we go into the core of the city. All right, so we're right here outside the Roundhouse in Depot Park, where the Gateway Greenway terminates here at Monroe, and right behind us, you see the signal there, is one of the first cycle tracks in the state of Alabama. Tell us how that came, what is a cycle track and how that came to be?
Yeah, cycle track's really a designated right-of-way, usually a protected lane, usually double width, so it can accommodate cycle traffic in both direction in the same lane. You can see from here some of the protective curbs and the delineators, but you can also see the specialized signal that is a bike signal that actually will turn green for cyclists before it turns green for cars, so that they can move across a little earlier, kind of get the jump on traffic. But it really came out of the downtown master plan, again, as we were looking at improving connectivity, not just to points beyond, but really within the downtown. And this was a great kind of experiment. You know, it wasn't something we'd ever done before. Spraggins is you know, kind of a neglected street, and we thought this is a great place to potentially try this, because you've got a great destination in the depot up at one end, you've got a great destination in the park down at the other end. Why not try to do a little bit of an improvement in infrastructure there and kind of learn some lessons?
Yeah, and as you've noticed, we have one of our blue bike stations right next to here, right at the beginning of the cycle track. So if you want to come on down, you can get a bicycle station at the, you get a bike to rent at the lumberyard, or you get it here and you can start the cycle track. We're going to go to the other end of the cycle track in Big Spring Park East and show you how it all comes together with our signature downtown park, Big Spring Park. All right, so we're at the end of the cycle track. You see Big Spring Park behind us. You've made the journey all the way from the north side of Lincoln Mill. When you get to Big Spring Park, tell us about walking and biking and jogging in Big Spring Park.
Right, well, this is a great link to points all around the park. You've got roughly a mile of trails that will link you from Big Spring East along the canal and into the main part of Big Spring Park. they'll get you to the VBC, they'll get you to the new city center area, and they'll get you to Lowry just beyond. So from here you can get to points all around the center and southern end of downtown.
Great. So one more stop. We're going to go on the new Lowry Boulevard, where we're going to see the final connection down to Governor's on this great connection from north of downtown all the way to the south side. All right, our last stop on this little tour, we started almost 4 miles north of here in Lincoln Mill District. Now we're here at Lowry Boulevard. Right behind us is Big Spring Park. You can cross from Big Spring Park onto this multi-use path. Tell us about the multi-use path and where it leads to.
Yeah, this is actually one of the first projects that we did downtown, really with the idea of improving bike and ped connectivity from Big Spring Park to Governor's Drive. So this winds around really past the new Redstone Federal Credit Union and Bryant Bank Building, past Twickenham Square, and gets you all the way down to Governor's Drive. And actually from there you can cross into the medical district and wind your way as far south as Bob Wallace, including the shops at Merchant Walk and all the shopping down there. So there's a lot of connectivity just from this link between Big Spring and Point South.
So as you can see from this little tour, the city has done a great job investing in pedestrian infrastructure, from bicycle infrastructure. We have stations. There's one right over there. There's one about a block and a half this way. If you love to bike, even if you're just a weekend biker or if you're someone who likes to do it all the time for a commute, there's great bike infrastructure in downtown Huntsville. Thanks for the city for doing that.
Not all, more to come.